All right, we're back to round two. So the entire front, again, is done at this point, and we are jumping in right here at number 7. So I've got my two ordered pairs. I'm going to have to find my slope. So I've got m equals 2 minus a negative 14 becomes plus 14. Sorry, there's a glare on the board. All right. And then 3 minus a negative 9 becomes plus 9. So that leaves me with 16 over 12. Well, I know that 4 will go into both of those. So that's going to leave me with 4 over 3. It's okay that it is an improper fraction. Don't make it 1 1/3. Don't make it a decimal. You're good to go. All right, point slope form, I'm just going to use the first one I'm given. Y minus a negative 14 becomes plus 14 equals 4 over 3 parentheses x minus a negative 9 becomes plus 9. Point slope form. Get me from point slope form now to slope intercept form. Y plus 14 equals 4 over 3x. Numerator times 9. So 4 times 9 is 36. 36 divided by that denominator of 3 leaves me with 12. Subtract that 14. Draw your brick wall if you need to. Can only subtract constants from other constants, not a variable term. 4 over 3x minus 2. Slope-intercept form. Beautiful. All right. Pause if I'm going too fast or you need to see the board for a minute longer. That is what the recording is for you to move at your own pace, however fast or relaxed that needs to be. Number 8, we've got negative 6 comma 3. That was not a 3 I just made on this board. Glad you guys didn't see that. That was bad. Don't even think it was a number. All right. Negative 6 comma negative 3 and negative 4 comma negative 1. So slope. M equals negative 1 plus 3 over negative 4 plus 6. So minus a negative just becomes addition. I'm just going straight to that. I'm not even doing minus a negative and changing it. That's a skill that you guys know from pre-algebra, but hopefully is carried on into this, so you're good with just going straight to making a plus sign there. 2 over 2 reduces to 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. Flip it around so you can understand those signs a little bit better. All right, so jump right back in to putting this into your point slope form. Y minus a negative becomes plus 3 equals 1, parentheses x minus a negative, so that becomes plus 6. Easiest distributing we've had to do so far, just multiplying 1 through, nothing's going to change. Y plus 3 equals x plus 6. You can put 1x, you don't need to though. I would encourage you not to need that, to get in the habit of recognizing that. That is not going to work. You guys can't see the end of that. So y equals x plus 3. 1x plus 3 would be fine. You would not lose points for that. For putting the 1 there, it means the same thing to have 1x or just x. Or 1 over 1 if you want to leave it as a fraction. But this is what I would consider to be your most simplified way of writing it. Number 9. Negative 4 comma 7 and 6 comma 2. So m equals 2 minus 7 over 6 plus 4 minus the negative becomes plus 4, giving me negative 5 over 10. And I can just see that's going to reduce to negative 1 over 2. If you don't see that, I'll write how I did that. 5 goes into both of them, leaving me with negative 1 over 2. Okay. Point slope form. Y minus y1, so minus 7 equals negative 1/2, parentheses x minus a negative, so that becomes plus 4. Distribute through. Y minus 7 equals negative 1/2 minus 2. I know that half of 4 is 2, and it's a negative. You don't see that right away. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by that positive 2 gives me negative 2. Plus 7 on each side. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. Okay. Number 10. Rolling right on through these. And again, if you got this, pause me, mute me, speed up the pace of the video so you can quickly check as you're working ahead or however you're going about this. This video is a resource to you. So it's keeping up with you, not the other way around. All right. M equals negative 9 minus 1 equals negative 1 minus 1. or not equals, over -1 minus 1. So that's going to give me -10 over -2. Negative on the top and the bottom cancel out to leave me with a positive slope value of 5. All right, using that first ordered pair, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1 for point slope form. Distribute that through. So you have that in slope intercept form. So that first step is always going to be your distributing that multiplication. And that second step is to always add or subtract whatever value you use for y1 to get it to the other side. All right, 4 more to go. That was number 10. We're moving on to number 11. 4, -1 and 0, 2. So slope is first. M equals 2 minus a negative, so that becomes +1. 0 minus 4 for the denominator, giving me +3 over a -4. You can keep it with the denominator if you want. You can move it to the numerator. It's not going to matter as long as you're representing that it is a negative slope value. First ordered pair, using it for point slope form, y minus y1 becomes a +1 minus a negative equals, I'm going to move that negative with my 3 just because that's what I'm used to doing. Only put it in one spot. If you make that 3 negative and the 4 negative, they'll cancel out and give you a positive value. And then x minus 4. So distribute -3 over 4x. -3 times -4 gives me a positive 12. 12 divided by a positive 4 gives me a positive 3. Subtract that 1 on each side. And you're going to get +2 for your y-intercept. Awesome. Number 11 is done. 3 more. Jumping into number 12. So we're going to start with our slope, which you can hopefully find in your sleep now if you had to. -5 plus 2 over 1 plus 2 gives me -3 over +3, which reduces to -1. If that was way too fast, pause it, go back, watch it again, try to work it out first, and then play this back. I understand that it may feel quick for some of you. You guys got this. Y minus a negative becomes +2 equals -1 parentheses x minus a negative also becomes +2. So y plus 2 equals -1x minus 2. Subtract 2 on each side. -1x minus 4. Do you need the 1 there? Absolutely not. Either way is fine. Just -x or -1x will work. All right. I think it's helpful when we were distributing for that one to put a -1 value there so you didn't forget about that negative in that distributing process. All right, 2 more. Almost done. You guys are almost experts. 2 more problems will prove that on point slope form, whether I give you slope or I make you find it yourself. Awesome, awesome. So -1 minus a negative becomes +5. 2 minus 3 leaves me with a +4. 5 minus 1 is 4. And then a -1, which is actually just a -4. 4 divided by -1, -4. Again, it's going to be easier if it's a whole number. If you end up leaving it as a fraction, your distributing is going to look a little different. Maybe an extra step in your thought process will get the same thing. Okay, we've got our slope. Plugging that into point slope form. Y plus 5 equals -4 parentheses x minus 3. So y plus 5 equals -4x plus 12. Subtract 5 on each side. Y equals -4x plus 7. Awesome. 1 more to go. Number 14. So, -1. I don't know why I put that in parentheses. I already have the ordered pairs there. Let's try this again. M equals -1 minus 14 over 2 minus a negative, so that's going to become +3. -15 over +5 equals -3. All right, slope is good. Point slope form time. First ordered pair. y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1 minus the negative becomes plus 3. Distribute. Add the constant value still hanging out by your y. And boom, you are done. You are officially a master of writing linear equations. Whether I give you the slope and a point, I give you 2 points, and I have you find the slope, awesome. So this marks the end of this lesson. You guys are going to see me for homework 7 when your notes look amazing. Every problem should be something similar to what I'm producing on this whiteboard for your work. If not, I'm going to tell you to go back and do it again. So do it right the first time. I know you all will because you're all awesome. We're going to move on to parallel and perpendicular lines and all of that fun stuff next, now that we understand the basics of all the different ways that we can form equations for a line.